I'm like 100% at peace right now. Hi guys, welcome. So this is me trying to be like a YouTuber for real, and do Vlogmas. So I decided that I was gonna do Vlogmas on December 2nd of my time, which is actually December 1st of your time, around the time that I decided. So I'm already behind. And I don't get my intro, like I won't receive it back until tomorrow, which will be December 4th. But I will get it, but that just means December 4th, so it'll be like December 3rd. So I'm still gonna post. I know that it's gonna be backed up or whatever, but oh my gosh, my camera is blinking that my battery is low, so I hope I can get through this. Okay, so first thing first, I'm gonna do a story time about how I got to Spain. So a lot of people have been asking me like, what made you go, what decided you to move, and this and that and all those things. If you would have asked me the same time last year if I would have been living in Spain this year, I would have told you to put the crack pipe down, like leave the crack alone, okay? But God has mysterious ways of working, and he removed me from a situation that I was actually fighting so hard to stay in, even though I was like mentally drained and exhausted, and I didn't feel valued or appreciated at my old job. You know, like I just feel like I got all my respect came from my students. None of the respect really came from the adults or nothing like that. Definitely not my boss. So I want to say maybe back in December I was doing a little internet search or whatever, and I was just trying to figure out looking up teach abroad jobs, just because I've always wanted to move abroad. I want to teach abroad, but majority of the job searches on the website required at least 3 or 4 years of teaching experience. However, I was just completing my first year of teaching, so it just wasn't an option for me for those options. So then I decided I seen like it was this program called RVF that was like to become a language assistant. That was still posted on the website, so it still had to be a legitimized posting because it was there on the website. So whenever I clicked on it, I did the application. I didn't really think anything about it. I'm like, you know, like one of those things where you just do something, it's gone about your day. And maybe 2 weeks later they contacted me back and they asked to set up an initial interview to just discuss the program and to see if I would be actually interested in it. So what I ended up doing was I had the phone discussion. It went well. I still personally was not like, okay, I'm going to go to Spain. Like, no, I'm still trying to get my job like secure, make sure that I'm able to be the varsity cheer coach at the high school. You know, like that is what my focus was on. And it didn't work that way. So I mean, as I'm still fighting. Hey guys, so that's actually my song. So my video definitely had cut out, so I decided to just come and finish the video. I don't even have my cases in here. Oh, well. So what I wanted to, I feel like the spot that I left off at, I was just generically explaining how I did not, trying to find it, here we go. So I was just basically where I left off at, I was being generic as hell about like the situation because I knew my camera was about to die. So I actually have a video of me talking about this that I pre-recorded way back in July, so before I even came to Spain. So today I actually spent my break editing up that video, and I just made it like one video from where I left off, and I was gonna do that. But as I was like rewatching the video, I realized that like my mindset has completely changed from then to now, and I rather share my word with you guys and like my point of view with you guys from a a way of light versus a way of darkness, because I was like still very, very upset about the whole situation. So last year I did not have like the best situation with my boss, who was directly above me. We had a very chaotic year, to say the least. It was a lot of me like, I digress. Like she doesn't get any energy or anything, but I really was I was struggling to, if I would have remained at that school, I know for a fact I would not be where I am today as far as the mental and the spiritual growth that I have accomplished. So whenever, basically the way I had 3 signs from God that allowed me to know for sure that it was time for me to leave. And what I'm going to share with you guys today is just my 3 big signs. I'm not going to go into long details of how everything happened, but I'm just going to give the big 3 details. So my first sign was the fact that it was like the opportunity just came from nowhere. So again, I'm on the website. I feel like it had to be legit, so I did the application. They contacted me back. So the initial call that I had was for a phone interview, and so the phone interview wasn't really like an official interview, but more so about like, this is the program, this is what we have to offer, and this is something that you're interested in. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, I like it. But again, at the same time, I'm like literally trying to keep fighting for my job and go, because I'm like, at this point, I'm still thinking like I have opportunity to be the varsity cheer coach. The former varsity cheer coaches at the time had approached me and asked, given that they were like literally one of the cheer coaches was my cheer coach from when I was at the high school. So remember, I went back to teach at my old high school. And so they're just like, you'll be the perfect fit for it. And being a coach has always been a professional and a personal goal of mine. So I was here for it. I'm like, yes, like, what's up? Like, let me know. But my dean at the time had made it clear that early college teachers could not be coaches at the same time as being a teacher because it was too much of priority. Reminder, there was an early college teacher that was a full tennis coach, but I digress. And so I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna work my way around it. I asked her and she said, okay, I'll let you know, I'll get back to you. And basically she didn't get back to me for like two more months. And within the frame of those 2 months, I kind of just was like, whatever, it is what it is. I'm not really taking Spain seriously because I know everything's going to work out for me to be here. So that was just like, you know, like, okay, let me just keep proceeding on with my daily life and trying to get and talk to the people who I need to talk to over her head to get me in the position to be where I want to be, where Caitlin felt would be the best position for Caitlin. And let's just say, I don't know, like, I still was not 100% convinced at all that I want to go. Like, honestly, I didn't want to go to Spain, but I'm like, you know what, I'll do the motions. Like, let me just keep doing the motions. So I'm trying to see, so like, I don't know what happened, but something happened to where, so she calls me into her office. My dean calls me into her office and basically tell me that at this point in time, it's looking like if I don't finish my progress, like my coursework that I need to finish, that she wouldn't be extending me a job offer. And so, but it was like, but we're just going to we're gonna post your job, but you but you can apply for your job, like, but we just have to post it, so you apply. And I kept waiting for my job to be posted. My job never was posted. Come to find out, she gave my job to another teacher that had already been there, that was threatening to leave because she had a horrible year, right? So I don't know, I'm not gonna speak ill will, but it was just like, a clown. Like, they were just clowns for that whole little way they went about it. It was so lame. I'll probably edit that out because it's supposed to be light. But I mean, still, right is right and wrong is wrong, and what they did was definitely wrong. So I feel like just for the opportunity to spontaneously pop up, boom, that was like my first sign. And the fact that I wasn't qualified for any of these jobs, but I found one that can work for me, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm trying to remember, what was the second? Okay, yes. So my second big sign was the fact that after I had the conversation with her about like me potentially not receiving a contract back, I was like, okay, well, maybe do I take Spain a little bit seriously? I don't know. And I'm gonna do what I know is best for Caitlin, and which I know will never fail. I'm just gonna give the situation to God. So I did exactly that. Like, I went home, I prayed, I put it in my prayer box, I did, you know, everything that I needed, and I just completely relinquished control, and I gave God the situation, and I prayed that, make sure that God give me the discernment that I needed for whenever he did reveal to me the path that I was supposed to be in, my next steps, that I was wise enough to have the correct discernment to understand what was going on. About 3 days later, I kid you not, 3 days later, I'm in the middle of class. Like, in the middle of class. I have students in my classroom, everything. And the receptionist comes into my class and she's like, the dean wants you in her office. So I'm like, girl, what? Like, I have a class right now and you're trying to call me to the office like I'm a student? Like, where's the respect? Like, where's the professionality? Like, I digress. You guys are kind of getting a drift of how I feel about that lady. And so I go into the office. So reminder, this is the third meeting that we're having about my contract. Reminder, she started having meetings with me 2-3 months before she was even supposed to be having these conversations with me. And the same time, so I'll just say this, I walked into the meeting and she basically told me that she's not going to offer me a contract back and that I cannot be the cheer coach because of the status of my certification. I'm like, so basically I'm like, well, wow, bitch. She like, so yeah, I did say that in my head. I'm like, you literally just fired me during the middle of the day while I have class, and you're you know, like this isn't a conversation that we could have had like after school or at the end of the week or waiting for conference period or nothing. Like, you're doing this you called me out of class during this time. And I wasn't upset, but I was upset because I'm like, I really don't care. Like, I hate this place. Like, why would you even do that? And why would you go about it in that manner? Like, all of your issues that she had with me was definitely personal. Like, it was professionally, I was it. Professionally, I was always on my P's and Q's. I mean, yeah, after a certain point of time when so I will be honest about myself. I do have this quality and I'm not going to say I'm going to work on it because I'll probably be lying if I do say I'm going to work on it. I attempt to be mindful of it, but I'm not going to say that is something I'm going to change. I'm the type of person that I give a lot of fucks, right? Like, I care tremendously about anything that I do, because if I'm doing it, then that means that I truly want to do it. But once I 10 on the clock but once I realize that you don't give a fuck, now I'm going to show you I don't give a fuck even more, because why should I continue to care if you're not going to care? And that's just, you're wasting my time and my effort and my energy, and I could be giving that to something else productive in my life. But so, you know, I just thought that whole meeting and the way that she went about it was just so messed up, but I left it alone. Come to find out, the same time she was having a meeting, there were 2 or 3 other teachers in my department that were in the same exact academic standing as I was, and she offered them a contract back. But I was the only one that did not get a contract back due to personal reasons. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna chalk this personal reason up to godly reasons. That's how I'm gonna look at it, okay? I'm gonna say because God has something better for me. And so I let you know, I'm just like, okay, whatever. And then so that was the second thing, like, okay, now I don't even have this thing. But I had more up. Of course, I'm like, this is not the only school district. This is not the only school that I can work at. So I had promised my grandmother that I would apply for more teaching positions within different districts, and specifically within the district that she had been an employee of for over 50 something years. So of course I did the application. Of course I'm stellar. I'm an amazing applicant and an amazing teacher. So I received a job offer, like, to still stay in Houston. So at this point in time, it's like June, you know, but I'm still going through with everything on the side for Spain. Like, by this point in time, after that meeting with her, I decided, you know what, I'm going to pay my program deposit fee. I'm going to just do everything, allow them to start on my visa process, and I'm going to keep it on the back burner on the side as an option. But that's not what I want to do. I don't want to go to Spain. That's not what I want to do. Like, I wanted to hold on to my old life so bad. And so then once I got the job opportunity for a different high school, I started looking at apartments closer to that side of town. I was just doing everything too at the same simultaneously to move to Spain and to stay in Houston. And I was just like, at this point, I'm still very conflicted. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Like, time is coming down. It's getting closer and closer to it. And I truly don't know what I want to do, where I'm supposed to be. So I decided to contact my former Bible study teacher, and we talked about it, and I asked her, you know, like, is there any way we can set up something so we can just pray on it together, and, like, you know, so, and just allow God to lead me into the way I'm supposed to be. Which leads me to sign number 3, the final sign that was just like, I'm going to Spain. This is it, without a doubt. So as I'm on the phone with her, me and my puppy are driving to Domino's to go pick up our little sandwiches. And so we're just like, yeah, okay, we're gonna set something up, we're gonna pray over it, we're gonna snap. And she gave me a Bible verse to go read. And I remember making it home. Me and my puppy were eating, we're chilling, like doing all we need to do. And so by this point in time, I'm lying in bed getting ready to go to sleep. And I'm like, man, I really need to go read my Bible. But I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow. Like, I'm ready to go to sleep. Like, I'll do it tomorrow. But I remembered a video that had just came on my timeline that said, whenever you feel the urge to do something in the name of God, but there's a countering force that's like making you not want to do it or like put it off, understand that that's exactly what it is. It's a counter force trying to pull you away from God. So I was like, you know what, let me get up. So I got up out of bed, I went in the living room, and I grabbed my Bible. I opened my Bible. It opened up to like Acts, right? And y'all, I lie not. My Bible closed, like it slammed closed. Like, no, this is not what we're reading. This is not what we're doing. So I'm like, what? What is going on? Like, scared. And so, and literally I opened my Bible up again. And so this time when I open my Bible, it opens to Judges 18:6. And what it says, I'm gonna pull it up and read it. And basically the verse was about, I'm just gonna give you back, like, remember. So I just had this conversation about, God, please reveal to me if I should go to Spain or not. Help me make this decision. Make sure that I have the discernment to understand and, like, live by your wishes and everything. Well, that's where my mind was at in that moment. And so when my Bible opened up, it opened up to, again, Judges 18:6. And directly it says, and the priest said to them, go in peace. The journey on which you go is under the eye of the Lord. I was shook it, okay? I'm like, birds confirmation. I was shook it, okay, because I'm like, yes, there's a way, but there's no way. Like, there's no way, because at the point in time in my life, I wasn't very secure in when I heard God speaking to me. I needed confirmation from other people from outside who I knew God spoke to directly, which is why, you know, of course, I contacted my old Bible study lady. But she told me before we even got off the phone that I do not need her to speak to God. God has spoken to me. God is speaking to me, and I can hear God and I understand myself. I just need to have confidence and understand, you know, that like I do have this gift. So just trust it. So for the Bible to slam close and then open up, like when I open and go straight to that, and it says, and the priest said to them, go in peace. The journey on which you go is under the eye of the Lord. I'm like, let me read this whole verse. Like, let me go back to the beginnings, because I need to understand. And so I went back and I read it, and the crazy part is like right before that. So for Judges 18:5, it says, and they said to him, inquire of God, please, that we may know whether the journey on which we are setting out will succeed. Didn't I just tell you guys I was just praying? That I basically just prayed that same exact prayer to God about, do I stay in Houston or do I go to Spain? The same exact prayer, basically. God, I'm asking you right now, is this a journey that you are destined for me? Is this a path that you have for me? Is this the path that I must go on? Is this what I need to do to succeed? And then right immediately after asking the same question, I get the answer from the Bible verse that's saying, go. This journey is under the eye of God. Like, and then my Bible closed and then reopened to this, to where it's like, and remember, I'm like, God, making no way for me not to know. Like, I have no choice but to understand clear as day that this is the path that's set for me. And this happened, y'all. I declined. I turned the job back. I canceled all my apartment searches. I started immediately packing up my apartment. I took every step possible that I needed in order to make it to Spain. And moral of the story, that's how I got to Spain. Like, and now I'm here. And that's that on that. So that's it. That's all. That's how I got to Spain. And I don't know, I just hope that you guys can learn to understand that the moral of the story is, ask and you shall receive. Like, trust in God, ask God for guidance, and understand that sometimes what we think is right for us isn't what's right for us. Because I'm telling you guys, since I've been here in Spain, like, yes, I did have like a little hiccup period, but from there I just grew even closer with God, and I am the happiest I have ever been in my life, guys. Like, all honest truth, I am so happy. Like, I'm happy, I'm at peace. I don't have a worry in the back of my mind. I'm like, oh, I wish I did this differently, I wish I did that, I wish I met him, I wish I didn't meet him, I didn't, you know, like nothing. Like, I'm so happy that everything turned out the way that it did, and it worked the way that it did, and it worked in God's will. And I have faith that it's just getting started. Things are only going to get better. And y'all, I'm telling y'all, I'm leaving Spain with a husband. God has put that on my heart. And baby, one thing I have learned, since I've been here, I've learned to trust my intuition. Like, everybody that knows me know, y'all know, you know, like, if you know, you know. You know. You already know where I'm at. You guys know I'm seeing and hearing and feeling everything. I'm connected. We are one. But since I've been here and like completely separated myself, guys, I'm telling y'all, I'm living the best life. You know, like, I struggled. You guys don't know, but like, I struggled with like addictions very bad when I was in Houston. Not on like no hardcore drugs, but like I mean, I was addicted to drugs. I definitely was definitely a major alcoholic. When I first got here, I was drinking heavily, of course, but as of now, it's been like 3 weeks. I've been 3 weeks without drinking alcohol. I don't feel the urge to drink alcohol. I think I'm done. Like I'm really done with it. I have not intaked any drugs since, like, I have not taken any drugs since I've been here, really, honestly, truly. No, seriously guys, like, I haven't smoked weed. I've been well over a month sober, like, when it comes to like marijuana, because that was my drug of choice, and that was the only drug that I did do. So let me get that understood. I've never done anything else, never ever, never planned on it. But I'm literally me. Like, I'm completely substance free. I'm just connected to God. I'm finding my way, my happiness, and I don't feel pain anymore. I don't have negativity around me. I don't have things pulling me back, grinding me in. I don't feel the urge of let me go and do this and that with him and her, because, you know, like, I'm okay. Like, I'm literally okay. Like, I'm more than okay. Like, I'm so glad that God removed me from that world and brought me to a new world, guys. Like, honestly, like, okay, but that's it. I digress. Bye.